graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering, and I also have my master's in business. So I had the opportunity to be where these students are today, interviewing, getting internships, and I spent my time in terms of internships with the Boeing company. So I got the opportunity to work on several of the 737s. How many of you all have been on an airplane? Okay. So I used to work for Boeing. I used to work in the design area and design the floor structure for airplanes. So that was pretty exciting for me, especially whenever I get on the plane and see the output of the work that I contributed to that. So that's one of the reasons why I majored in mechanical engineering. Now, I went on and worked for many other different companies like General Motors, and then I was able to move up the ranks into different managerial positions. So today I'm currently running my own consulting and coaching business, and as Mrs. Montgomery stated, I'm also a published author of a book which basically helps students like you all know how to plan and prepare for college. Because I want you all to learn from some of the lessons that I've learned. I want your path to be a lot easier than my path. Because basically when I was sitting in your seats, when I was in middle school, I was a first generation college student. My parents were blue-collar workers. They didn't know the process and the steps to get to college. So I had to chart my own way. I had to find my own path. So I want the path for you all to be a lot easier than mine. So I want you to think about also, as you're watching the students down there interviewing for jobs, think about the things that you want to do in life. What are some of the things that you're passionate about? What are some of the things that you like to do? What are things that you're good at? How many people like to draw? How many people like to sing? How many people like to dance? How many people like to, I know a lot of my males will raise their hand. How many like video games? So I challenge you to understand the elements behind those particular areas. Video games. You can become a video game designer. You can design video games. You can create your own video games. Be creative in the things that you like to do and look at how you can make a career out of it. Because in determining a career path, it's good to find something that you're good at and something that you actually like. Because it'll make your journey a lot easier. You don't want to go into a career area that your mom wants you to go into, or somebody else wants you to go into. If it's not an area that you're passionate about, and if it's not an area that you don't like, because what will happen is you'll find yourself changing majors. You'll find yourself going into a field that you're just not fulfilled at, and you may find yourself at a crossroads where you may have to go back to school and start all over again. So I want you to start thinking about what it is you want to do. What are some of the things that you like? Start thinking about that now. And one of the things I tell young people when I speak to them, think about building your team. You have to have a team of people to surround you. And what I mean when I say team, you have to determine who's going to help further your goals. Now, I play basketball, so I always like to use basketball as my analogy when I'm talking about team. You all are the point guard of your life. You are in control of the decisions and the choices that you make. And you are responsible for the people that you surround yourself with and helping you chart that path. So how many people play basketball? All right, so I have several basketball players here. How many watch basketball if you don't play? Okay, so I want you all to remember, you all are the point guard. And everybody who plays basketball know that the point guard determines the course of the game. Who they're going to pass it to, or if they're going to take the shot, however they're going to do that. So you as the point guard, you have to determine who are the people, who's going to be your shooting guard, who's going to shoot and score for you, who's going to empower you, and who's going to help you be successful. Who are your power forwards? Who's going to take the ball to the hole? Who's going to defend? Who's going to defend you on the defensive side? Who's going to rebound for you? Because you're going to have challenges. You're going to have times where you possibly get discouraged. But who are going to be those individuals to help pick you back up, and who's going to encourage you and help you to continue on. So to look at who's in your life and start assigning tasks to those particular individuals that's going to be part of your team. Because again, you are the point guard. But you all know that a basketball team has what on the sideline? They have a team. They have what else? A captain, cheerleaders, and a coach. Yes, you have cheerleaders and you have coaches. So in addition to your core team, these are the individuals who's going to help you score. These are the individuals who's going to help you be successful. These are the individuals who's going to rebound for you. You have to have a coach, and that coach typically, a lot of times, your parents, your mentor, your pastors, your youth leaders. They're the ones who's going to give you guidance along the journey. They're the ones you will go to if you have a question and you need advice. But you also need your cheering squad. You need people who's going to cheer you on. Who's going to say, what's your name? Nikki? Which is LaKendra. You need a cheerleader who's going to say, LaKendra, you can do this. Don't give up. Keep going. I have confidence in you. You're going to have your cheerleaders. So I want you to examine your circle, examine your life, and find out who the individuals are in your life that you can assign these tasks to. There are 4 different types of people in this world. And I want you to remember this as you move through school and as you grow older. Because remember, I sat in your seats before. So I know you're faced with different peer pressures, you're faced with different challenges. There are 4 different types of people. There's people who add to you. There's people who subtract from you. There are people who multiply you, and there are people who divide you. So people who add to you are those people who encourage you. Those are the people who give you advice. Those are the people who help you move to the next level. You may tell somebody, I need some help. I need some help getting a job, and they help get you a job. Those are the people who add to you. People who subtract from you are those who are constantly taking from you and they're not giving anything to you. So when you have friends, you're trying to do your homework, and your friends are like, oh, I don't want to do homework, come on, let's play video games. Or, I don't feel like doing homework, let's go to the mall instead. Those are the people who are taking from you. They're not adding any value from your life. They're distracting you from your goals. You don't need people like that in your life. And then you have people who multiply you. Now these are people who have the power to skip over some steps and push you at a speed that nobody else can push you. So this is somebody that you can actually call, and now all they have to do is make one call and they can make it happen for you. Those are the people who multiply you. You need to find out who can fill that capacity, because you need people to help multiply you. You cannot be successful by yourself. You cannot make it on your own. So you definitely need people who multiply you in your life. Now, people who divide you, these are people who really bring you down a lot faster than the person who subtracts from you. So if you have friends, while you're trying to do your homework, you're trying to listen to the teacher while you're in class, you're trying to get the knowledge that they're trying to give you so that you can be successful, and you have somebody over here who's being distracted. You may have friends who like to drink. You may have people who around you who do drugs, and they're trying to influence you in a negative way to do those type of things. Those are people who are dividing you, because they will bring you down with them if you allow them to. So if you have people in your life who are subtracting from you, who are dividing you, I encourage you to remove them from your life. And this is part of making choices as young adults and as you get older. You're going to have to make those choices. And you have to make the choice on whether or not you want to be successful, or whether or not you want to sit on the sideline and not get in the game and play it all. But see, a good point guard is always in the game. You don't want to be on the bench. You don't want to be a bench player. But the only way you can get off that bench and play the game, you have to surround yourself with people who are going to help you get in the game, who's going to help you stay in the game. And those individuals are people who add to you, and those who do what? Multiply you. Correct. Correct. So I want to share that with you, because I know you all facing challenges, and I want you to think about the repercussions of the decisions that come the choices that you have to make, because you're in charge. Because you are what? What did I say you are at the beginning? You're point guards. Yes. So I want you to be the point guard of your future, be the point guard of your life. So take advantage of these opportunities that are afforded to you. Take advantage of opportunities to network, to meet with different individuals, whether they're college students, whether they're adults, your teachers. Build those relationships, because they're the ones who will help get you to whatever it is whatever your dreams are. You know, utilize people like me, whoever you meet. Get their cards, get their email address, keep in touch with them, okay? Now, another thing I want to talk to you guys about before I just let you ask me some questions, because I know we're in an era of social media, and this is an area that's getting a lot of our youth in trouble. And I don't want you all to fall in that trap. Be mindful. And I told this to the students here yesterday, as they're out here interviewing for these jobs. Companies are doing social media checks. They're looking at their social media profiles. They want to know what type of individuals are coming to work for them. And you know, universities do the same thing. So as you are matriculating through your middle schools and your high schools, and you get ready to go to college, universities are going to do the same thing. You know, what type of student is applying to my school? Do I want to give them a scholarship? Especially you athletes. Do I want to give them a scholarship? You know, are there pictures of them on the website drinking and smoking and hanging out and partying? Are they saying inappropriate things on their Twitter page, on their Facebook? Because remember, whatever you put on the internet, it stays there. It cannot be erased. It's there. It can be found. So don't think just because you posted and you delete it, it's there. It's there. Companies are hiring experts to find that information. So that's another area you got to be mindful about when you're making these choices and you're determining who's surrounding you. Who are your Facebook friends? What type of power are you giving them? Are they attaching you to pictures that are not reflective of who you are? With some security parameters on your profiles. So take those things. I mean, Facebook can be fun, Twitter can be fun, but take those things seriously, because it can affect your future. And the same thing goes with texting. Be mindful about the text you send to one another and that you allow people to send to you. You don't allow anybody else to jeopardize your future, okay? Because you again are what? You're point guards, exactly. You're the point guards of your future. You're the point guards of your life. So don't let anybody take away from that. Don't let anybody put you in a bad position to jeopardize that, okay? So I hope that I was able to share just something with you that encourages you, that empowers you, and that enriches your life and your future, that will help you move to the next level, okay? So y'all have any questions?